Okay, so after several tries, my phone will not allow me to record music while I'm recording a video. I wanted to have music from the Bill and Ted Face the Music soundtrack playing in the background while I talk, but since it won't do that, that's okay. This is a very quick emotional review of the Bill and Ted trilogy, and partly how it affects my life. In 1989, if I remember correctly, because I'm in the car, I can't look this up. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was released starring Keanu Reeves and Alex Winters and the comedian George Carlin. I always forget his name. I remembered it. I was gonna say George Reeves, but I'm like, no, there's Keanu. I'm just not very smart. Um, this is while they were in high school. See, I've seen because I was born at a certain point in the '90s. I experienced this movie at least once a year for my entire life. It dictated most of my personality and who I is as a person. For me, I guess it helped me learn it's okay that you don't know what you're doing. It's okay to be unintelligent, to be ignorant, to not know how things work. But sometimes people will give you a push, which is what Rufus did in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Gave them a push, pushed them in the right direction, gave them a grand adventure. They had a beautiful, most triumphant time, and discovered who they are as younger people. However, in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, they have graduated. They are marriaged up with some beautiful hot babe princesses, some Abraham Lincolns, if you will. And they still don't have it figured out. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I'm about that age. I don't have a gorgeous babe princess yet. I did, and then it didn't work out. That's a long story. We'll talk about it later. But they get literally sent to hell, to heaven, and back. And among that, they discover deeper, even more so, who they are as people, what their destiny is, their friendships, and discover like a deeper meaning of really just kind of religion, and who God is and what his plan is for them and for all of us, really. So that's kind of where I'm at, is struggling, really struggling. Like, I feel like I'm doing a good job, but maybe I'm not doing as much of a good job as I think I is. But I'm still working at it. And that's why I loved watching Bill and Ted Face the Music. I pre-ordered it. So the day it came out, I watched it on the spot. It was such a great day. I was so happy, so excited to learn that, hey, these guys are in like nearing 50, 60. I forget what they said for the characters, because the actors are different ages than the characters. And they still haven't figured it out. Like, they're still pursuing things that they love. They're still caring for their family and friends, but they don't have it together. And so it gives them, this entire movie gives them that moment to literally face the music and take everything they've come to know and love, everything they have learned in their life, and create something good, something that will affect all of humanity for the best. I loved that they brought in Mozart and Jimi Hendrix. I loved that Kid Cudi showed up for some reason, even with Louis Armstrong. That was just like such a great, in my opinion, like such a great homage to the original movie. Because the second movie they didn't bring in so many historical figures, as more of, they brought in death and some aliens. And like, that was still pretty neat, but it just wasn't what I expected from the first movie to go into the second. So it was a really nice little converse. And the third one kind of wrapped them all together. And apparently, I was reading a thing that Alex Winters, he's talking about how open he is to a fourth movie. And I'm like, I don't even know what you're going to be able to do with a fourth movie. Like, you've already done so much. You have taken these young men in high school and brought them through high school, through college, through their marriage, their young adult life. They now have fully grown children that are almost in the 50s, 60s. What else can you do? Well, you've done so much. And I just really appreciate what they've done with all three movies, the movies themselves and the musical soundtracks, especially for being a man of it's okay to be silly. It's okay to be goofy. And sometimes you gotta look outside of yourself to understand what you have to do, what you're going to be. And I love that 3 movies over the course of 3 decades were able to culminate that together. And that we're really able to understand the true lesson of what it means to be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.